YouTube. This isn't really a planned video. I just thought I'd show it to you. Well, as you can see, there is 5 of the pigs together. So there's Bramble, Rosie, Burdock, Poppy and Willow. And I'm trying to bond them because I'm hoping this 5 will live together, but I'm still not very sure about it. But they're just in a playpen made out of CNC grids. There's little there was bigger chunks of lettuce, but they've ate it also. There's little chunks of lettuce lying around. There's a towel with some ready grass on it. And there's a box, one of the Habitrail boxes that I have with just some hay in it. But I think the edges are a bit high because I just made it and only Willow's been able to get into it, but I had to lift her back out. So the only thing that just happened was just caught on video there where Rosie kind of nibbled, well she didn't really nibble her, she just kind of do that weird thing where they open their mouths and just kind of like headbutt each other. I don't really know how to explain it. There, Willow might jump back in the box, but that's the only thing that's really happened between them. I think it's because I gave them all a wipe down with some pet wipes to kind of get rid of their smells and then just put food in to distract them. And so far it's been going okay. There might be something there, but it's just minor things. See, she just chased it away. If hair pulling and like that head button thing I told you about and chasing, that's all natural dominant behaviour. For males, mounting is like normal as well. It's happened a couple of times with my females, but it's a lot less common. But if any blood is drawn or there's like a proper fight, then you should take them away from each other. Oh, Poppy managed to get in. But just minor things is fine, and Rosie's decided to walk right over the top of the ready grass. I got a cute photo with Willow was in the box, so you could just see her in the background, but I got a cute photo of Rosie, Burdock, Poppy and Bramble. Those 4 get along really well, but I don't know if Willow she doesn't seem to like them as much. I don't know why. But the other pigs, they really don't like other pigs. I don't know why. Daisy doesn't mind. I could probably put Daisy in here as well, and she'd quite happily sit and eat ready grass with them, but they just really don't like other pigs. I don't have a clue why, so I'm pretty sure I'll never have all 8 bonded. But hopefully 5 with Daisy coming to visit sometimes. But I just don't want to take her away from the other 2 because they're her sisters, so. And those 3 get along really well anyway, so there's not much point in splitting them up. But Willow seems to have joined them again, so it might take her a while to get used to them, but I've been taking them out in pairs, just 2 pigs from different groups, and just having lap time with them, and they get along okay like that, but when they're in a run together they don't seem to really like each other for some reason. And it's not as if, I don't know if they were fighting for space, like in their cages. When I first got the 3 new pigs, I put them in with Bramble and Willow because they didn't have a boss. I thought that they would probably just accept the pigs even though they're about the same age. But these pigs are a lot bigger, like they're a lot well, technically Bramble's heavier, but she's not as big as, like, Burdock looks really big compared to Bramble, and so does Rosie. But, well, they're making, I don't know if you can hear that, but that's kind of like a warning sound, like that they've got kind of too close to each other. But Burdock used to live with Poppy and Rosie, but they didn't bully her, but they weren't as nice to her as like Bramble and Willow are. But they get along, those 3. But Burdock also gets along with Bramble and Willow, and she's happier with those 2. But if this 5 do bond together, then I will probably make them a 3.5 by 4. Well, it's a wee bit bigger than a 3.5, but I can't make a 4 by 4 because that doesn't fit under my bed. So I'll just basically, I'll take the wall down, it's between Poppy and Rosie's cage. It stops them from getting over to them. So then they'll just have one really big cage. If I was to somehow magically manage to bond all 8 of them, they would have a 4 by 5 3/4, I think it is. So they would have one massive cage, but I can't really test it out because they don't, like, Dandelion and Bella would fight with the other 2 because they've got a boss. So Yeah, see, but Rosie was kind of backing away there. There isn't really a boss, and I can't really tell a boss from these two groups. I think in Bramble's group it's Bramble, but Burdock's, excuse me, Burdock's quite, she can be kind of bossy with Willow, but with the other two they're kind of equals. So because they've not really got like a proper boss, I think that's maybe why they get along okay, because the other pigs, it was Bella, but now it's Dandelion. And Dandelion's really cheeky and bossy with the other two, but she doesn't actually hurt them. Like, they don't fight amongst themselves, but she does remind them. But it doesn't, like, they're not annoyed with her, they just usually tell it, like, kind of give her it back and then run away. But they've not got any cuts or anything. The only thing that has happened is Willow's gave Dandelion a cut on her nose, and, oh, see that, Willow's chattering, and I can't remember, I think it was maybe Poppy gave Bella a wee cut on her lip, but they were just me minor things and I just took them apart after that. But I've took Dandelion and Burdock out together, and when they were on my lap, they were absolutely fine. I've took Rosie and Bella out together, and they were on my lap fine, then I let them on the floor and they were a bit chattery, but they were okay. And I've took Poppy and Daisy together, and they were okay as well, but when you put more than two together, because they absolutely freak out, because I took Rosie, Willow and Dandelion down together, and Dandelion wasn't for having any of it. She tried to bite Willow, and I put my hand in the way, because usually if I do that she won't bite me, because she knows she'll get a telling off, and she did it anyway, so I put her in the corner. She was very annoyed, she was not happy with me. Because usually I wouldn't tell her off for stuff like that, because she's not bit me since she was tiny, she's like coming 3 this year, and she's not bit me since she was like 1, because one time she tried to do it, but I put my hand in the way and she stopped. But I don't think she'll do it again because she got told off. But they seem to be getting along okay. But I'll probably have to take some more off of that box because they can't really get into it very well. Like Bramble tried to get in, but it's too high for her because she's not as, like Willow's quite, because she looks big but she's actually really small, and when she was a baby she would run really fast, and when she popcorns really high up, so she's really good at jumping, and those other two are just really big pigs. So, oh, they also do this weird thing where they like to sniff each other's mouths, and they're making chattering noises as well. Those two pigs are kind of saying that it's my box, but it really isn't. Hey! See, look, you can, well, she's done it. They put their heads up and like, kind of like, well, Rosie's being nasty. They open their mouth really wide so you can't see their teeth, and then just kind of put their heads up and headbutt each other. And I've never really read about that before. And I really don't know why they do it, so. And if Willow looks damp, it's because I gave her a wipe down, and because her hair is really fine, it takes a wee bit longer to dry. Like, you can see the back of Poppy's a bit wet as well. But the rest of them have all dried. I don't know if that box was a good idea or not, because it's quite small. I'm not quite sure. I might have to take it out. Rainbow! But yeah. So, I'm gonna go now. Well, see, that was really weird there, because that was kind of like a popcorn she just did. Oh, and they also rumble strut. That is a rumble strut there that Poppy was doing. And she's also puffing off her fur. And that's a rumble strut. That is another way of showing dominance, and you can see that Bramble is chasing or trying to sniff her bum. That is something else they do. When at the pet shop I got Bramble and Willow from, they told me to put Vic on their noses and bums, because it kind of gets rid of their smell. Like, obviously not right on them, just like above or below. Well, their nose is above their nose. And like Willow's chattering at Rosie. But this is all normal behaviour. But I realise it's a bit stupid to put it on their noses, because if there's something, like if their nose is slightly blocked, it'll just clear their nose. And then they can smell even better. See, Willow's testing Rosie there. Like, you can tell who's going to be the boss pig, because if they do that to each other and the other one backs down, then that'll be the boss. And I can't remember who was, like, trying to be boss last time out of this lot. I think it was either Rosie or Bramble. I can't remember. Definite, or it might have been Willow as well, but it was definitely not Burdock, because she's just a big lazy lump. She's not bothered as to who's boss. Okay, I am going to go now because my camera's running out of charge. Bye!